Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us today on this live recording of the Block Talk podcast here on Facebook Gaming. I'm your host, Seethrew, and for those of you that don't know, I am a Minecraft streamer on Facebook Gaming, and I started this podcast to kind of give my community some additional content to listen to on the daily. This podcast is available on all podcast platforms. If they aren't, they will be shortly. And today we have an awesome content creator that goes by the name of Theatrrap Gaming. Say hello to everybody, Theatrrap.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Yeah, man. Tell us a little bit about your journey as a content creator. How long you been streaming, and kind of how'd you get started?
Yeah, sure. I'm not actually sure exactly how long it's been, but back in the day, I was actually playing on Xbox, and I saw their little you can stream this with I forget what the name of the company was, but it was whatever they had.
Like stream it from your Xbox or whatnot?
Yeah, you could stream it from your Xbox, and you could stream your gameplay, and that's what I was doing for a while, and then they got bought out by Facebook.
Oh yeah, Mixer.
Yes. So I was using Mixer to stream off my Xbox. Then they got bought out by Facebook, and you couldn't really do it from your Xbox anymore. And then so I got a PC, and I started doing a little bit, and it wasn't. I was like, you know, Twitch is really where it's at. We got to go over to Twitch. So then I started a Twitch stream, and I streamed for a few months there, and had 0 followers still, I think.
Wow,
like
dang.
and I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna work.
It do be like that on Twitch. Twitch definitely requires you to get out there in the world and do a lot of networking for sure.
So then I went back to Facebook and did that, and then I have now started up. I now go back to my Twitch for anything that's not Minecraft, because Facebook works a lot better when you only do the one game. So I do Minecraft on Facebook, and I do everything else on Twitch. But that's pretty much that. Once I started doing the one game, my followers and my audience is definitely growing a lot. So that has
awesome.
helped.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge thing with Facebook for sure. I mean, not only, just like talked to Thumb Tacos the other day about, not only is it just, you know, sticking with one game, but it's also your viewers, you know. So there's a lot of people that might go Minecraft, Call of Duty, like Star Wars, and it's like they're so different and such a different fan base that, of course, obviously, they're not going to watch you play something else, because I wouldn't want to watch Call of Duty. I'm not a big Call of Duty guy, but I'll watch the heck out of some Minecraft. So
Sure.
That definitely has a huge factor in it as well. So do you have your eyes on your next upgrade for your stream? Like, what's the next thing you want to get to kind of upgrade your setup?
The next thing is definitely a mic. I know I'm actually currently using my headset mic, and I'm sure the quality isn't great. Whenever I listen back my videos, I'm like, oh man, that really needs an upgrade. But they're just to get a good mic, it's out of my price range right now. So I'm just kind of waiting.
It can be very expensive for sure.
Can afford that, but that is definitely the next upgrade.
Heck yeah. Well, honestly though, for a headset mic, I mean, you don't sound bad at all, which is great.
That is good.
That is good. I like. So outside of streaming, I believe you have a DJ business or something like that. Tell us a little bit about that, man.
So what I actually do is it's not a DJ business. It's a live entertainment business. And I've always. So basically, back in junior high, I started doing some theater stuff, and I enjoyed. I didn't like being on stage, but I liked all the technical side of stuff, and so I started doing that. And then I did that in high school, and then I went to college, and I thought, hey, I'm going to be a computer programmer. I want to make video games. Video games are amazing. I want to be part of that every day. And so I took some coding classes, and then I took one theater class just for fun as an elective, and I sat there and I looked at code all day, and I got really, really bored, and then I'd go to theater and have a lot of fun. So I'm like, wait a second.
You felt like that was your
This is
calling, huh?
this is not what I want to do with my life. So I ended up totally changing careers right there, and I started doing all the technical side of the live entertainment world. Throughout college, it was mostly focused on the theater world. But since then, most of my work has come from concerts and corporate events and musicals and that kind of thing.
You're like the behind the scenes guy that controls the lighting and the sounds and all that good stuff.
Yep, yeah.
Oh,
So
that's pretty cool.
We do all the technical stuff, the lighting, the sound. I actually am half owner of a business now that actually rents a lot of the equipment as well as doing the designs and all that. So
Wow, you got flamethrowers and like explosives and things?
we don't get into pyro yet. Maybe someday, but so far we haven't had much call for that. So no pyro, but
No pyro mechanics at weddings or anything like that. That would be some next level stuff there.
I have seen some tragic things happen with some of those things, to be honest.
I bet.
You gotta be very careful with any of those sparkler units. Especially a lot of them are totally not safe, and they're not even like rated, and they're technically illegal in the US.
Yeah, I could imagine that for sure.
I've seen several videos of places burning down from some of those.
Yeah, that's insane. What kind of outside of streaming and your business and stuff, do you have any other hobbies outside of that stuff?
Not a ton. I mean, I work with electronics for fun, but I'm not very good at it, and I play pool. But that's pretty much it. Like I'll play games that I don't stream, but it's all video games and work.
Are you a pool hustler?
No, I'm not that good by any means. I wish I was, but
right.
No, I just enjoy it.
It's actually been a long time. I actually met my fiance at a hookah bar where they had like 10 pool tables. I would just go there and play pool every night. I used to do that all the time. It's been a long time though.
Yeah. I actually it was a hookah bar that I took my one physical education class in college was actually billiards, and we went to a hookah bar and played pool.
No kidding, that's a thing. Billiards, huh?
Yep. It was fun.
That's interesting. You know, I went to college about 6 times now and hadn't made it very far. I just always get something comes up or I'm doing online classes and I just can't, keep with it. And I don't know. I'm about a third of the way through about 3 different degrees right now. Maybe someday I'll get them figured out.
Yeah. I mean, really it is. I don't want to be that guy, but in reality, to do what I do, I don't need a degree. And it was really a waste of money and time to have gone through it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been much better off if I'd have found the right theater or the right company and interned.
Yeah, just kind of learned from other people.
So college is really like, don't get me wrong. If you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to do something that requires a degree or that you really need that knowledge base that you can only get in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, go for it, do it. But if you want to do something that doesn't require that, don't do it. Like internships will teach you just as much. Doing it on the job training will teach you. Go to a technical school if you want to like be a mechanic or whatever. Don't go to like a real 4-year college because it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the way with like, my second degree I was going for was business management. And I really think that degree might not help you out too much in life. Like, because I know like the business I was working in electrical sales, and I kind of worked my way up from a warehouse delivery driver up to the sales counter, and then I eventually made it to manager, and the whole time I was doing online classes for business management. And yeah, it just didn't seem like it was going to help me at all. I was like telling the higher up bosses, I was like, hey, I'm doing business management classes. They're like, well, that's interesting. That's all I would do. I'm like, all right, well, I feel like I'm wasting my time, but at least I took advantage of the last bit of my GI Bill before it expired. So I don't owe anybody anything, but it's, after 10 years, it goes away. So I had to use it more or less. So.
Got it. Yeah. Makes sense.
What's up, Mr. Toast? Everybody in the chat, welcome in. So let's see here. If you could change well, I guess your answer would probably be your microphone. If you could change one thing about your stream, what would it be?
I mean, outside of me, I don't have a lot of things I would want to change. I enjoy my streams. I love playing Minecraft. And then on my Twitch stuff, I love I don't play a game I don't enjoy. If I don't like the game, I'm not gonna play it. And there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, you should play this. It's gonna be really hip," or "This is really in right now." Like everybody's gonna. I'm like, no, if I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm not gonna play it.
Exactly.
I like what I'm playing. I like the people that are coming in.
Riding the hype train's usually not always the best solution. Very
true.
Very tiny percentage of people that like, oh, a big one was Sea of Thieves. When Sea of Thieves came out, like everybody was like, blah, 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 blah. Let's go stream Sea of Thieves. Which is a great game, by the way, but there was probably 5 out of 5,000 people that actually made it a thing. It's just normally just keep doing what you're doing, man, and then that'll pay off faster for sure.
Now that I think about it, the one other thing that I would like to change at some point. Currently, my living situation, I have a shared office. The background behind me for real isn't something I can really change. It's actually another desk, and so I can't do like your setup right now. I would love something like that. And
to kind of have your own space.
I would have around, but not where I have room for a computer. So.
Yeah, and the hard part for me is my apartment is 450 square feet, and we've got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, jamming all of that into 450 square feet, and then I'm actually where my dining room table would go if I had one. Because my kitchen's right here, and then there's just this wall in my living room behind me, and it's a little bitty tiny. But yeah. I managed to kind of finally get it situated where I like it. It's definitely a pain in the butt for sure. But I could understand that. Yeah, like having a better space so you kind of customize so people, can ask questions about things like whatever you have laying around or whatnot.
Yep. Or even like an actual green screen. But again, there's not a lot of space for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you could always get one of those weird circle ones that you attach to the back of your chair. I've seen some people get away with that.
Yeah, I probably move too much for that is the only thing. Because, they don't
hear
work
that
as well when you get it weird angles. But yeah.
Very true. So me and you in the past here, we've talked a lot about VR games. What's some of your favorite VR games that you mess around with?
That's a great question. The 3 that I definitely really enjoy are Robo Recall, which is a lot of fun, and it has a lot of replayability. I've mentioned to you in the past, I really wish there was more to it. There's only 9 levels, and once you've done those 9 levels, you're done.
Yeah, then you just got to keep repeating them, and
but yeah, and so then it's just about going for the stars and then like trying to get high scores and all that. But there's not a lot to it, so I wish there was more to it. But aside from that, it is a fantastic game. Loading that up for the first time, I don't think I've ever had more fun in my life. Like that was just
Let's
awesome.
talk about loading that up for the first time. Please tell me you crapped yourself when you seen all those robots turn on you and their eyes turned red. Please tell me you did.
Yes, it was a little like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is cool. And all of a sudden they're like, whoa. I remember that. Like, oh my God, that was crazy.
Yep, for sure. And then the other 2, Beat Saber is fun and it gets you moving and it's a lot of activity. And then Audica is another one. And not a lot of people know about Audica. Audica is
I've never heard of it.
Saber with guns.
I think I have seen that one.
And so it's not there's another game with guns called Pistol Whip. It has terrible songs. You shoot people, but it's and it's a rhythm shooter, but it's
So
I
the
didn't
one,
like
yeah, the one you're talking about, like it's automatically kind of walking you down a hallway and things are just popping up and you're shooting them to the beat and stuff. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
kind?
Pistol Whip.
Oh, is that Pistol Whip?
That one I'm not a huge fan of. But
Oh,
Audica,
okay.
you're just kind of sitting on a platform, kind of like Beat Saber, and these targets kind of fly in your direction, and you have to shoot them.
Oh, huh. I might have to check
And
that
it's
out.
shoot them to the beat, and it's actually a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, and there's a huge modding community. So if there's
Mm-hmm.
a song out there, like there's a decent chance that there's an Audica version of it. Obviously streaming it is a little bit difficult because copyrights and all the DMCA, blah blah blah.
Right.
But 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 it's a great game and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy that. Outside of that, some games that were fun that are not as replayable. So once I played them, I'm kind of like, okay, well that was fun.
Yeah, that was $20.
But
All right, thanks.
I Expect You to Die was actually a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically an escape room, but it's got multiple levels and it is a
Yep.
lot of fun.
I actually haven't
And
played that one yet, but a
you
lot of
haven't?
people, I started VR and I was like, what should I get? And that was everything. Everybody mentioned that one.
It is fun. Now, remember, it was probably about 3, maybe 4 hours of fun, and it depends on how good you are at puzzles and how much you just want to explore as well.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely was like, well, that's what's going to get this level done. What's going on over here?
Right. Squirrel.
So, so there's that. But yeah, I recommend it, but you're only going to get so much gameplay out of it, and then once you've done it, you've done it.
Right.
You could always go for like time trials or whatever, but and then the other one, I had another one, and then
I think the one that I've played that I thought was really awesome, but like I was just saying, like here's your $20, you get 20 minutes out of it, and then it's like, oh, was the episode 1 of the Star Wars Empire.
That was gonna be the other one, actually. Yeah, the Star Wars. I forget what it's called. Oh, I just opened up Oculus and I just got reminded. Space Pirate Trainer is another great game. Basically, it's called Space Pirate Trainer. There's no other thing. Like,
I mean, I'm kind of invested just in the title. I kind of want to check it out just because of the title. Okay.
It's another shooter. You're standing on a platform. There's like a ship behind you and a turret and a whatever, and you have these 2 weapons that can change between being a shield and being a gun. And the gun has multiple modes. Or no. The shield I forget. You can switch out both hands by going behind you.
Right.
And so you can either have a shield/sword or a gun. And then the
You're
gun
like
has
a
multiple
Gundam,
modes.
huh?
So you can switch the gun between like rapid fire and sniper shots and grenade launchers and different things by using your joystick. And then there's
cool.
these little robot things that fly up and like little droids that you try to take out. And
I think they need to remake. Did you ever play Police Trainer on the arcades back in the day?
Did I play what?
Police Trainer.
Police Trainer.
So what it was is like it was a pistol game, and like little balls would like pop up in certain sequences. It would just be like doop, 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 and then you'd have to like shoot them all. I think they need to remake that game in VR for sure.
I have not, but that definitely sounds fun.
Saints and Sinners, says J Red. I don't know. I haven't heard of that one.
I have not heard of that one either, actually.
Yep, that's probably why no one said it, J Red, because we haven't heard of it. Do you got any nerdy collections, Trap? Anything that you just gather, that you probably shouldn't, but you do anyway, type of thing?
Not really. Like the one thing would be just electronic components. I do have boxes of I have Arduino stuff and
that's what I was about to ask. Yeah,
power supplies and literally if I've ever come in contact with a wall wart, I still have it.
Yeah, I actually bought a kit a long time ago, like an Arduino kit, and tried to get into it, and for some reason I just didn't do it anymore. But I mean, it was fun at the time. I was like, oh, you put this here, and the light turns on. Yeah.
Yeah. The big thing is trying to come up with things that you actually want to use. But if you can come up with something, like I've made a few things that are kind of fun here and there, but I need to do that more, to be honest. But yeah, just collecting electronic components, I have a lot of that. But outside of that, I don't really collect a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions for me about content creation or anything at all, streaming or anything?
I mean, I definitely.
Want to know how tall he is? He seems like a big man to me. Toast wants to know how tall you are.
Toast wants to know how tall I am. I see. I'm yeah, that's a good question. I think it's like 5'10", 5'11", somewhere in there. I actually am not 100% positive I know.
It's not every day I measure myself. You're messing with my brain. Come on. Ricky has a closet full of Funko Pops. I used to collect those, man. I had a lot of Star Wars ones. A lot that I kind of traveled all over the place to get different Comic-Cons and stuff. And then, you know, just as I mentioned in one of these podcasts, I mentioned I had to sell my guitar and my amps and everything. And, you know, I had like $1,000 worth of gear and I sold it for like $40. Kind of the same scenario for my Funkos. I was really mad. I had like $2,000 worth of Star Wars pop vinyls, and yeah, I think I sold them for like $100. Bad story.
I guess technically I do have a weird collection of, but it's not like a collection. Like, I don't know. I have a weird collection of weapons, but it's not that I have a bunch of something. It's that I have a weird spat. Like, I have a katana, I have a Bowie knife, I have a crossbow, I have a bullwhip, I have a blow dart gun.
Wow, so like apocalyptic collection type of thing, huh?
So I guess maybe that's a collection. I don't know.
Did you come up with a question for me?
I just want to know everything you know. Just go ahead.
Just feed it all to you.
But as far as like actually something, like I usually don't know what I want to know until I get told it.
That's a good way to put it. Well, we can move on to the next one. What's some tips that you can give to small streamers that are literally just starting out? Like, what do you know now that you wish you knew then, type of thing?
Well, we already covered pick a game.
Mm-hmm.
That is very important. Find a game, and it's not, don't pick the most popular game. Don't pick the most, like, this is good, everybody's watching this. That's not how you pick a game. Pick a game that you can play multiple times a week for months or years on end and enjoy. Whatever that is, do that. And then once you get bigger, if you can like find other games that you can also spread out and do or whatever, great. But find that game that works for you for now that you can just keep going back to. So that's tip number one. And then tip number two is just, even to this day, like I have decent sized audiences now, not huge, but decent. And I have my viewer count turned off. I don't care who's out there. I don't care if there's 0 people watching or 100.
That's a recurring tip from a lot of people, and it is definitely a thing that will screw with you more than anything, is sitting there just staring at the viewer count.
Yeah. Well, don't pay attention to the viewer count, but more importantly, whoever's out there, however many people are out there, try to be engaging. And I'm not always the best at it. I will put that out there right now. But just try to keep talking. Keep telling people what you're doing, telling people why you're doing it. Don't just sit there and like, oh, yeah. Because that nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah, you gotta interact and engage.
Engage with that audience, and if you're paying attention to your viewer count, or you're like, well, no one's in my room right now, so I don't need to be entertaining. Well, if anybody comes in the room and you're not being entertaining, they may just walk right back out, and you may not even know they were ever there because your number is delayed, or if
So if
somebody watches the VOD afterwards, like they're like, oh, this guy's boring.
yes, so if you were to put a percentage on that as far as like what a viewer is looking for, like your entertainment compared to your gameplay, what would that be, like a 50-50 or like a 70-30? Where would you be on that? Like,
I mean, knowing what I'm looking for when I do go watch streamers, I would say it's probably like 80% entertainment, 20% gameplay.
I'm fair with that. I like that.
Because I don't care how good you are at the game. I don't care whether or not you can like take out an entire lobby. If you aren't someone who A, seems like a good person, and B, is entertaining, I don't want to be there. Like I don't care.
And that's going to be probably 90% of entire viewer audience ever is going to think that same thing.
I suppose that varies per person, like, because there's definitely some streamers out there that I don't enjoy watching because I'm like, you are just a jerk and I don't like you. But
yeah, they take their toxic audience and they take that with them, and then they can have their limited toxicity crew. You guys can have that. I want the cool people.
Totally. But personally, like, yeah, that's what I say. Like, I would say it's about being entertaining and being engaging, and try to talk to your audience. If they, and that's both on and off stream. If somebody sends you a message and you can respond, like, you can't respond to every single message, especially if you get huge. But if you can respond to somebody who sends you a quick message, as long as they're not being rude, like, do it. Reach out, engage, communicate with your audience.
Like if someone comes in and likes the stream, not only do you thank them for liking the stream, but you also want to follow that up with, keep tabs on everybody. Remember what they do. Remember what their work is. Ask them about their day. Like, that's something that's kind of acquired over a long period of time, especially when you're starting to get like 20, 30, 50 concurrent viewers. Like, it's hard to keep track of everybody, but just always remember to add a little something after that. Like, definitely a good idea.
Definitely.
So you already talked about, you streaming on Twitch and Facebook. What's what do you think are some strengths and weaknesses of streaming on either one of them?
Well, so Facebook is a lot easier to grow an audience. You will get a lot more views. You will get a lot more followers on Facebook. And that, I think, is because there's just a lot of people on Facebook. And so they'll scroll through their Facebook, and like, you'll just randomly pop up and they'll be like, oh, okay, I can watch this for a bit. Follow. And that's cool and all.
Yeah.
That said, you get a lot less dedicated engagement, and you get a lot less, like,
true. Viewers on Twitch are like lifers, man. They're crazy.
Yeah. On Twitch, if somebody follows you, as long as you're doing what they want to see, they're going to be back. And again, Twitch also, like, Facebook really matters if you play the same game. Twitch kind of does. Like, over there, I personally play a whole bunch of different games. Like, I do play Call of Duty and Valheim and Among Us, and
what's the one you've been playing recently with, like, the space stuff?
Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, that one seems cool. I might have to try that.
It's actually has, like, a really cool game.
It has, like, to me, it has like a Halo meets No Man's Sky kind of vibe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because it was like when I opened your stream the other day and I seen like your heads up display and your gun, and I was like, is this Halo? I was like, it looks very similar. But then you were like kind of exploring and looting and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I love shooting looters like so much. It's like my bread and butter.
Yep. So I do play a lot of different games over there, which hurts my algorithm on Twitch. So still, even if you're on Twitch, like, try to pick a game if you can, but I just don't care, because I stream because I want to play the games, not because I need a huge following.
Right, and that's kind of that's kind of why you have a good setup there. You know, you stream Minecraft because you know that's what you need to do to stream, and then you know there's like an urge that everybody gets that they just want to go play something else, but they don't want to play by themselves.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a great way to do it. If you can figure out, my problem was with that, because I did that a long time ago. I actually did World of Warcraft on Twitch, and I did Apex Legends on Facebook back a little while ago. And my biggest problem is like switching back and forth, like all my settings and everything. So if you've got a good way to like just, you know, click here, click there, and you're ready to go, like on Twitch or whatever.
I will say streaming on two platforms is annoying. You have to log in every single time, and it will not save your passwords.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I have to log like on Stream Element OBS, which is what I use.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go up and I have to log out, and then I have to click the platform I want to be on, and I have to log in, put in my password and name, get that set up. Then I have to go to my profiles, and I have to switch over to the other one so that it loads in all the like streaming.
Yeah, it's most definitely a pain. Most definitely.
So it is a little annoying, but it works, and it's worth it to me because I enjoy it. So
heck yeah. All right, man. Well, it's time for the spotlight. Fill everybody in on your schedule and kind of what you do and what you stream and the kind of content you provide out to everybody.
Got it. Well, so I mean, we've kind of talked about the different things that I stream and where I stream them. My standard go-to schedule is Monday night is going to be a mining session somewhere on Minecraft late at night. So that's going to start 10, 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Tuesday nights, I'm going to be doing Brocraft probably, which is a server that I own. Now tonight, it's going to be different because we just started a season on Sandbox Kids, so I'm definitely hitting up Sandbox Kids tonight. Sorry, guys. And but otherwise, Tuesday nights are normally my Brocraft night, which is a server I have, and actually there's a few of the viewers out there who are on the server, and we have a lot of fun. And then Friday and Saturday are both huge Minecraft days, so as much time as I possibly can give. Friday night is 5 to 10 Mountain Standard Time. Saturday is basically 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. with a few hour break in the middle.
Nice.
So
you got it all figured out, so that's good.
That's what I do. And then the other games just kind of sprinkle in there. If you go to Theatrrap Gaming on Facebook, there is actually a schedule that I try to stick to.
Yeah, his link's right here, guys, and it's also in the description too if you want to go check him out for sure.
But the rest of the games are the other days. Spacetime Sunday, that's Elite Dangerous. That will be every Sunday during the daytime. Unless, of course, I'm out doing a show. That is the one thing that kind of interrupts my streaming. That's the other thing. Stay consistent on your schedule is another tip. Unfortunately, with my line of work, my schedule is so, hey, we need you this week for 80 hours. Great, I'll be there. But that means I'm not streaming.
And you're definitely not alone with that, too, because, I'd say out of the 14 interviews I've done already, that probably 10 of them are on that wave where they wish they could, do that consistent schedule, but work just interferes for sure, and that's unfortunate. But it's also life, you can't just quit doing everything you're doing and dedicate towards streaming, because that's definitely not the right path.
Nope.
Unless you have an unfortunate situation like me where you just have, knee surgery and disabled for a year and get to dedicate the time to it.
Yeah. I've obviously, to be honest, lockdowns have helped a lot of streamers because they've had the time to dedicate.
Yeah, that's actually when a lot of them really started up, when COVID happened, for sure.
So, anywho.
Does anybody have any questions in the chat for Mr. Theatrrap? Any questions at all? We went through quite a bit here, for sure. And I personally now know a lot more about you, so that's pretty cool, man. I enjoy doing this podcast just to kind of, get a little bit deeper involved in all the streamers' lives and just let people really learn the stuff that they just didn't know they could learn, type of thing.
Sure, for sure. It's great. I've been watching them too, and it's been really fun. getting to know everybody through your stuff.
Matt says, "Do a rap for me, son."
You don't want that.
Yeah, so you came up with your name obviously because of your background in theater and stuff. But where does that little rap part come from?
Well, so all right. So back in the day, I had basically I had my first screen name, which was Raptor K14, because I was a kid, and I was 14 at the time, and it was Raptor K14 was my first screen name, and then I came up with my second screen name when I needed to change it later on, and it was theater, and the year I was born, and my first initial, and then I needed a new screen name, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll just take those two and I'll combine it.
Oh, fusion!
So that's where Theatrrap came from. But it actually, when I first started streaming, people were like, the A-Trap is how they would say my name.
Mm-hmm. Like, that was me for a long time, actually, to be honest.
I play Minecraft, and there's traps in Minecraft. Yeah, the A-Trap, and so I really clung on to that. So if you actually look at my Minecraft username, you'll notice that it is the capital A, capital T rap, because I leaned into that, and so I go by either. You can call me the A-Trap or Theatrrap or just Trap. And to be honest, Trap is the most common thing people call me these days.
Definitely, it's short and sweet. One syllable. Boom, Trap. Todd says, what is your favorite memory about streaming?
What is my favorite memory about streaming? That requires me to have a memory. I don't know. They're all amazing memory. I remember some of the content I've made has just been this sounds so conceited, but some of the things I've done with some of the other SPKs, when we're working together, it'll give me chills. Some of the stuff we've done, which is
I can tell you personally that my favorite memory with you is that fireworks show for New Year's. That was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I didn't know that Minecraft could make you feel the way that we all felt that night. It was just oh my god, this is so cool.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I greatly enjoyed that. Your guys' response to that was a lot of fun. And I actually that was a really fun night for me. And I had all those videos I was playing, and it kind of wrapping up the season and wrapping up everything that happened, and
yeah, it was awesome, man.
All that coming together, that was a really cool memory for me, to be honest. The first time I was sent a lot of stars, and I honestly think it might have been from Todd. That was a great night. I walked away from the computer, was like, oh my gosh, I got stars.
Yeah, so some of those big star nights definitely stick out, but there's a lot of generous people in the world, that's for sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's just all good memory. That's why I keep coming back for it. Everything is a good memory. So I don't mean to be too generic, but yeah.
Toast says, what's the coolest project you've worked on?
Ooh, I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of shows. I've done designs. Most of the stuff is community theater, that kind of stuff. But I worked at a Scottsdale Center where we did Howie Mandel and Liza Minnelli and some different people like that. I worked at Celebrity Theater where we did we did all kinds of huge bands and names and things there. We actually did HBO recording for Louis C.K.
It's pretty cool, man. So
we had Chicago and Boston come through.
So is this all while you and your partner have been running this business, or was this stuff you got networking through college or something?
Most of the stuff I just mentioned is actually me doing stuff outside of my company, but some of it was while our company's been running. Our company's been around for 7 years now,
Nice.
but it doesn't currently. We don't currently make enough money for either of us to be full time in the business. We get paid from the business, but we're not full time.
I'm just curious how you get those kind of gigs. Is it just like a thing where they just go on the internet and search for you, and they're like, "Oh, let's go with this one," or do you actually have to know somebody?
So it's all about freelancing, and it is kind of somewhat about knowing people. Like 95% of my business has been freelancing over the years. And it's just getting out there and working for different companies. And one of the things, like I was on staff, but it was overhire. So it was like, hey, we have a gig. Can you come in? Yes, I can. Great.
Yeah.
Schedule.
Gotcha.
So like I work for the Cardinals that way now. The Arizona Cardinals. Well, technically, I guess I don't work for Arizona Cardinals, but their event staffing company that works out of the stadium is called Insignia. But anyway,
you're their go-to, is what you're saying.
We do their games, and so I actually was at every game this season. And then I worked for Scottsdale Center for the Arts and Tempe Center for the Arts and Mesa Arts Center and all these different locations, celebrity theater. As an overhire person, and so it was just like they have their employment people who call out and try to schedule, like, hey, we have this position open, are you available? And you respond back, and if you are, you show up. So
what a cool deal. What an absolutely cool deal. Last question. AB says, how do you hope your character will progress? How do you hope your character will progress in season 1? What's your kind of plan for season 1 now that everything's out there? You know, we don't have to keep it a secret anymore. What's your plan, man?
I mean, I definitely, I gotta get home. The Theatrrap is he's tired of all these failed scientists trying to like get us home, and we ended up here after so many failed attempts. So we gotta get home. So I'm gonna be building up a lot of gadgets. There's gonna be a ton of redstone. There's gonna be items bouncing around the room. There's gonna be laboratory experiments, and I actually expect to invite some other characters over to test out some things or do some science.
Cool.
It's all about science. We actually have the lab open. Viewers can come in and get research points, and so that's what we're doing.
That's awesome, dude. I can't wait to see what you come up with. You're such a technical builder, and you just build some of the coolest looking stuff. So I definitely could learn a thing or two from you, because you know me, I like blocks. I like blocks with question marks and exclamation points, and that's about as far as my actual like beauty building goes. But I'm gonna push the bar this season, and we'll see what we can come up with, because steampunk is not an easy thing. As random as it seems, there's a science to it, and I'm excited to try and figure that science out for sure.
Totally. Yeah, steampunk is actually one I haven't done myself, and I'm not sure I would be great at, but we're gonna see, because I'm gonna try to do something over there.
Heck yeah, man. Tinkertown.
Excellent.
All right, man. Well, if y'all got nothing more for Mr. Trap, I've got nothing more for Mr. Trap, and we're gonna go ahead and let it go. Thanks you guys for hanging out. Thanks for listening if you're listening in. Everybody, we will see you tomorrow on the next one. Have a good day, everybody. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
I wonder if have you ever had like I don't know, like very like dog food flavored potato chips?
No, I can't say I have.
Weird.